Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren. If you're not new, then I feel like it's been a while since we've done a good old-fashioned review. Maybe it hasn't been that long. Maybe it just feels like it's been a long time. But that's what we're doing today. We are doing a good old-fashioned eyeshadow palette review. There was a period in time where I felt like I was doing one of these every other day. It wasn't that extreme. It was pretty extreme. It wasn't that extreme. But we have not done a good old-fashioned review for Natasha Denona in a while. I've passed on quite a few of her palettes lately. Maybe not quite a few, but I know I've passed on a few. But I really wanted this one. This is her, whoop, cat hair. This is her new I Need a Warm palette. Now, I do hate her naming convention, okay? I don't remember when this started, sometime last year, where now everything is I need a something. And I don't get it. Okay, I get it. I don't know if I love it though. But this is her I Need a Warm palette that we're gonna be reviewing today. Now I love the Natasha Denona formula, but I really am a cool tone girly. I like my eyeshadows to be on the cooler side of things. But for some reason, this palette just attracted me to it. Now, I really do like Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula. I think her mattes are fantastic, and I think her shimmers are great as well, but her mattes just are like special. They're beautiful. And this palette, I don't know, I was drawn to it. I know it's warm. I know it's a warmer palette, but it just looked like a great everyday palette if I want to throw something on my face and go. Or if I want to do like a really bright red lip, I tend to go more neutral with my eyeshadow. So I'm like, this is kind of perfect. Not like I needed another neutral palette. Like, let's be honest, if you have any sort of size of collection, you probably have a neutral palette or two in there that you love and you don't necessarily need another one. But I wanted to try it out, okay? I did not pick up her last palette. She relaunched the gold palette. I looked at it, I didn't pick it up. I looked at a picture when I bought this one because I'm like, how similar is the gold to the warm palette? The gold is definitely gold. It looks gold. This one does not look gold. There's a couple shades that are goldish, but not gold. But you know what? I decided to pull out a couple of my other Natasha Denona palettes just to take a look at them. I actually have the OG gold palette, and it really does not look the same. Look at it. It's gold. It's even got some greens in there. Like it's got a little more variety, I would say. It's not as monotonish as like most of the palettes that she's releasing lately are. So this is definitely just a gold palette, and let me hold this one up and try not to drop it because I could potentially do that. So we have some mattes in here that definitely look similar, but I say it's different enough where it's justified to come out with this palette. Now, I pulled out a couple other palettes just because I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to see if these gave me a similar vibe. And I ended up pulling out the Glam palette, which, as a reminder, this is the Glam palette, which is definitely more of a cool tone palette. And then the I Need a Nude palette. And if anything, I would say that the Warm palette is kind of a combo of these two. Not exactly, definitely not exactly. I'll insert a picture here of them all kind of like lined up against each other, but it did just give me vibes of a combo of palettes that I already own from her. So I can't say that for sure though. I haven't even put it on my eyes and I really want to. So I think we should get into some swatches, get into the look. We're just gonna do one look today and yeah, talk about my overall thoughts about the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the swatches. So we have Soft Spot, Fancy, Mellow, ooh, it's very light, Phenomena, which is definitely a duochrome, if not a multi-chrome. Ripe. Elm. Snug. Vim. Push. Fervor, which is kind of a fantastic word. Pep. Homey. Hanker. Ooh, it's pretty. Dynamism. Oh, wow. Look at that. Actually, I'm going to go back in with Hanker too. That one's really pretty. And we got Flashover. So here is the palette in all its warm, warm glory. So let's see how this translates onto my face. So I've prepped this eye with my MAC paint pot in Layin Low. And I think what we're gonna do first is I wanna go into the color Vim, this one right in the middle here. And I'm gonna start by just putting that and kind of fluffing it in the outer corner of my eye. Now I did watch a couple videos online of people using this palette, and it looked to be just the formula that we know and love from Natasha Denona. Goes on really easily, blends out like a dream. That is what I'm hoping and expecting. So we'll see if it lives up to my expectations. Now, do I need another neutral palette? Probably not. I mean, the real answer is no, but I just love Natasha Denona's formula. And I have been kind of on a streak where I've been using either more neutrals or just one really bright color, calling it a day. Sometimes that's just easier. Now, in one of my videos I posted a video where I did a short of just red eyeshadow. It was a single from Odin's Eye that I really like. And someone was like, you need to go higher on your lid. So I'm attempting to go higher. I typically don't go this high, but let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the color Ripe right in this corner, and I'm going to just kind of blend out the edges a little bit. Maybe go up here. And yeah. Now I'm kind of following one of the videos that I saw online that I think was posted on the Natasha Denona Instagram, but I'm gonna go into Pep next. And what I wanna do with Pep is I am gonna add eyeliner because I live on eyeliner, but I'm gonna start by just putting Pep, kind of lining my eyes with it. And it's okay if it's a little messy, we're gonna blend it out. Going in as if it was kind of an eyeliner. Where are we in the makeup world today? I feel like I don't see as many reviews as I used to, and I miss it. I know it's just a slow season. There's not as much being released, which is a good thing. Ooh, but I don't know. I miss reviews. I love reviews. Okay, next what I want to do is I'm going to go into the color Snug right here. And I think what I want to do is use my finger. And I'm going to just put it kind of towards the end. I'm putting it over that dark brown. Actually, you know, I want to go into Phenomena. I really do. And I'm going to put that on the rest of the inside of my eye. It's kind of the only really bright color in this palette, which is kind of surprising in a palette that's called the Warm palette. Because while these colors do lean warm, they're not, I don't know, vivid or bright, I would say. They're still very neutral. Okay, next I want to go into, I really want to go into this color Hanker. It's just so pretty. I want to put it underneath. Yeah. And then let's also just put it in my crease. It is such a pretty satiny shimmer color, and it is going on beautifully. All the colors are really going on beautifully. It is definitely the classic Natasha Denona formula. where it's just so easy to work with. Makes my life easy. So it's like a palette where you could just put it on and go. Okay, I think I went a little too far out. I can clean that up later. I got too excited. And then let's go into Elm right here. Put a little bit of that in the inner corner. Oh, that's pretty too. That's a more satiny shade, I would say. And I'm just bringing it underneath the waterline just a little bit. Just like that. And I think that's good. We used quite a few colors, and I think we got a really good idea of how this palette performs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on this eye, add a little bit of eyeliner and some mascara, and then we're gonna come back and decide, what do we think of this palette? Okay, we are back, and this is the look with mascara, some eyeliner, a lot of eyeliner. I love my eyeliner. I haven't worn eyeliner in the past few days, and I've missed it. Is that weird? Maybe. But we're not here to talk about my weird obsession with eyeliner. We're here to talk about how I feel about the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. What do we think about the look? You know, I still don't love going super high on my upper eyelids. I don't know. I don't like bringing eyeshadow up that high, but we tried it. We did something a little bit different. I tried to use as many shades as possible from this palette, which I think I really did achieve that. We used a ton of shades today. So let's talk about the overall performance of the shades. Any pros, any cons, any fallout? Let's talk about it. So I just want to say, if you own a Natasha Denona palette, this is going to work pretty much like the majority of her palettes. The formula is great. Now the formula, the mattes blend out beautifully. There is just enough pigment to really like make an impact. The shimmers are a little bit on the lighter side. They're not quite as highly pigmented. I'm definitely used to using a lot of indie eyeshadows, and those indie companies go wild with the pigment. I love that. So these are a little more on the lighter side. You do have a multi-chrome here. And again, I say when it comes to multi-chromes, the indie world really does win, hands down. But this is still a fantastically performing palette. If you're looking for a more neutral, on the warmer side palette, I would say this is it, because everything performs beautifully. I really think like this is a great palette if you're trying to do something with warmer cheeks or brighter lips, one of those, because that way, I mean, for me, what I really like to do again is highlight one area of my face. So lips, cheeks, or eyes. I tend not to try to go too bright on all three of those areas because it can be a little overwhelming. So I like having a more neutral option. And what I do like about this palette is it's not overly warm. While the colors are much warmer than, say, her Cool palette, it's just not overwhelmingly warm. It's not yellow warm. It's more kind of orangey warm, which I can get behind. I can do orangey warm. I just can't really do super, super yellow warms because it doesn't look great on my skin tone. But this I thought worked out really, really well. The only color that I say is definitely a warm color is gonna be Phenomena, which is the multi-chrome, which definitely looks more orange on my eyes. So we're gonna have to play with that one. Maybe pull out a black base and see what it looks like on top of that. That'd be cool. But overall, I think this formula is very consistent with what we've seen out of Natasha Denona. Nothing new and exciting, but it's a good palette that I know I'm gonna be pulling out a lot over the next few months, especially since we're getting into fall and I wanna do some deep dark lipstick. Yes, for purples. This palette is $69, which is definitely on the higher side. I would say for me, Natasha Denona is just like an inch below the luxury title because the price point is there, but I don't know if like the name brand awareness is quite high enough to be considered luxury, but I would say it's mid-luxury, lower end of luxury, because the formulas are great. It really does feel like a very smooth, beautiful formula on your eyes, super easy to apply. We did this look so fast, so easy to use. And I don't know, it was a good palette. I really do like it. It's not unique in any way. I would say there's nothing that really makes it stand out from all the other neutral palettes out there, but it is beautiful and it does perform really well. So that is my overall opinion on the I Need a Warm palette. I'm glad I have it in my collection because I do love Natasha Denona quite a bit, and it is really pretty. I do like the outer packaging, which again, even like the outer packaging just screams more neutral than warm to me, you know? It's like, it is a warm neutral, but it's not hot warm. It's mid-warm, low warm. It's just is more of a neutral warm. That's what I think. I do love doing eyeshadow palette reviews. I'm excited to see what's gonna come out over the next few months. We're gonna see things start ramping up in the makeup world. This is kind of the time where we start seeing holiday releases. I know you're like, it's like August. Time is weird, okay? Especially in the makeup industry. So yeah, be prepared to start seeing some holiday stuff coming out soon, which I'm kind of excited for. I hope you enjoyed watching this review. If you did, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me as we grow my little channel together. I'd really appreciate it. And I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Bye.